This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings, powered by eXp Realty. Online at madeformoreliving.com.
Do you know the number one thing that is going to snap you out of a funk if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling sad, if life's got you down? The number one thing. I read a lot of books, Haley, and people don't really discuss this. They talk about doing things or like looking inside, look internally, and they don't. Very rarely do I ever hear people talk about this one thing, and that one thing is serving. Go help somebody else. If you're feeling sorry about your situation, go help somebody else. We all have value. We all have something that we can contribute to society. And so if you step out, stop looking inwardly and having that little pity party or whatever you're struggling with. Sometimes it may be serial. It could be a terminal disease. Yeah. It could be a spouse died or divorced you, or there's things outside your control. Like, I'm not trying to marginalize that, but if you want to rise above it, go out and serve. And so with that, Haley, we have this opportunity for people to serve coming up when?
Yeah, so we actually have it on April 6th. It's a Saturday, and we are collectively getting a group of like-minded people that just really value serving the community that we're in. I actually joined the Auburn Chamber about a year ago. I mentioned it to you that I kind of wanted to do something outside of my comfort zone. And they had this opportunity to give back, and they had a leadership class and kind of just pushing people to look at other things that we can do within our community. And so I pondered it, and I was like, okay, what is something that I would want to do? And it reminded me of when I was a child that I always loved cleaning up. Like, I would go to friends' houses and all the parents would be like, can Haley come over again? She organized and cleaned up your whole room. And so from that, young as a kid, I always loved cleaning up, taking care of it. So then the thought came together, well, I love being outside. So do my kids. So why don't we get out there in spring and clean up down at the river? Because we enjoy going there. Usually in the spring and summer, we go there twice a week. We love taking the dogs out there, but we've noticed these last few years, with as much activity as people are now finally branching out and getting outdoors and wanting to be on the trails, that there happens to be a lot more trash or glass that accidentally broke down there. And we just kind of figured, what can we do to help mitigate this so when people come visit the foothills, they don't see trash when they're on the trail? So that kind of transpired into the Confluence Cleanup Day.
Wow. And that's the reason why we want to do it is, so Valerie and I have been to all 50 states together. We visited all 50 states, not separately, we didn't she hit, 30 and I hit 20.
You've got this half, I got the other half.
Yeah, we'll divide and conquer on the states. No, we actually hit all 50 states together. And the purpose of that was twofold. One, to figure out, we just wanted to see this country. So before we started branching out and visiting other countries and seeing what else the world has to offer, we wanted to say, hey, we've seen at least 50 states. We've been to all 50 states before we branch out. So that was reason number one. And the second reason was we wanted to figure out where we were going to live. At the time, we were living in a small town, and there was limited opportunity and potential there. And so we thought, okay, if the world was our oyster, let's go visit all 50 states, because we know we want to live in the United States. Let's visit all 50 states and figure out where we wanted to live. And after all of those journeys, all of those airplane flights and thousands and thousands and thousands of miles driving, we settled on the Sacramento region, and specifically Roseville, because we have the foothills. Yeah. We have Lake Tahoe. We're close to Napa. We're close to the beach. There's just, we're close to so many amazing, incredible things, but they're only going to stay amazing and incredible if we do our part to keep it that way.
100%.
And so last year, because our team is very big on giving, we believe contribution is one of our core values. Give before get. Because if you give enough, then eventually it flows back to you. And so when we're giving to our clients, we're always exceeding to give more in value than what they're paying. When we're interacting with other people in our community, give more in value. When we're talking about cleaning up and just serving our community, we want to give more in value than what consuming, because we do get to benefit from being on those trails and being on the river and all that. Like last year, this wasn't like river related, but Made for More participated in a charity. It's called LLS, stands for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. You remember?
Yeah, that was great.
And so we partnered together with other business owners and other people in the community and helped raise over $500,000 of money, $500,000 to go towards the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society that helps with people like researchers looking for a cure, and actually helps the families like afford some of these treatments, because leukemia tends to be something that kids contract, and so it's just heart-wrenching to see those families. But in the spirit of giving, we thought, okay, what else can we do this year? Let's help clean up and make our spaces a little bit more enjoyable and a little bit more clean. So that's happening on what date again?
That is going to be Saturday, April 6th, and we are going to meet. A group of us are going to meet together at the Save Mart parking lot in Auburn.
What time?
We're going to meet there at 9:30, and then decide from there how many cars, shuttles we need to bring down to the river, because there's limited parking. So we thought, okay, what's better? Let's all meet at one spot. Then we can shuttle down there together. Or if people need to come at a later date, we can have maybe somebody stay up at the top. I'm going to volunteer my daughter to drive us, and she's of legal age now, and she can transport. Yeah, exactly. I mean, why not? So we'll meet there probably around 9:30, and a lender I've partnered with is going to bring some snacks, waters, trash bags, things like that. And then we will head down to the river around 10, and then clean up for about an hour and a half. Then come back up to the parking lot and take off and go from there.
Maybe grab lunch together and So this isn't a huge time commitment. This isn't a cap. We're not asking for any money here. We're just asking for about an hour, maybe 90 minutes of your time to come down, hang out with some great people, do some good for the community and for the environment, and bring your kids. Yeah. This is a great opportunity for you to get out in nature and be with your family and show.
The kids love it. Honestly, I've been probably picking up trash with my kids since they were walking age. And so now they actually like it. We'll get down to the Parks and Rec, and they'll go talk to them and say, hey, do you guys have any trash bags? Or we noticed some stuff down here. And it's like that pride of, we're helping out, and they're not afraid to ask for it anymore. Whereas before they'd be like, no, Mom, don't make me do this. And now they actually enjoy it, and they see the impact that it does make.
Yep. This not to over exaggerate, but this one outing could have an indelible impact on your kid's life, on how they view the environment, on how they view serving, on how they view helping other people. It can have a huge impact. My dad was a school teacher, and what he would do was he would, with his students, they were middle school students, they would all bus together, and they did the whole Adopt a Highway thing.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that.
And so they'd be on the side, and I remember being like a kid, and he's like, where are you going, Dad? I'm going to go do this. Oh, can I go? No, son, you're not old enough. No, you're not old enough.
Dang it.
And then he started taking me, and I just remember it was freezing cold. There was fog. It was probably not the best time to have kids on the side of the road.
Yeah.
But I remember doing that to this day, and it was something we looked forward to. It's something we had fun doing, and here we are, 20, 30, 40 years later, discussing how those little moments have impacted not only my life, not only the community, but now others as well. Yeah,
generation to generation is really, really important to teach our kids and carry on even that tradition, really. And then they'll be able to find a passion that they love to serve in. I used to go into convalescent homes, and we would just sit and read to them because they had nobody to talk to. A lot of their family's not around, and just giving back. It's just your time. I
didn't know you did that.
Yeah. So that was a big thing we used to do, or bring them Christmas presents, something fun for them to look forward to. And they love kids. So
you're a gem of a human being, Haley. Thank you so much for hopping on the show today. If you'd like to reach out to Haley directly, just go to @CHaleyBulger on Instagram, @CHaleyBulger. Thank you again, Haley, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.